Nogishimasu. Hey. It is not going to be a sweat session today. All right? My courses are never just a sweat session. All right? They've got some sort of project to them. Okay? So, Nejire. Anybody, not my guys. All right? Anybody hazard a guess or knows? Nejire. It means torsion. You either understand it, you aren't aware of it, but you do it on nearly every technique that you do. But you're not aware, sometimes you're not aware of it. And if you're not aware of it, you can't make the most of it. Yeah? So, we're going to be basically doing 3 or 4 techniques, and we're going to be trying to be aware of where that torsion is and try and make the most of it. Okay? Why? The reason why is because I'm getting old. And I'm not as fast, well, I think I am. I'm not as fast as I used to be, because as you get old, you start to just deteriorate. You haven't got those young muscles and tendons are quite, springy when you're young, but as you get older, they start to resist. Yeah, so you have to box clever, don't you, Jim? Yeah, always. So it's trying to find these little places where you can actually generate some potential power. There's 2 types of power. There's potential and there's kinetic. Potential is where you find it, where you generate it. Kinetic is when it's released. Yeah? So that's what we're going to try and have a look at. So we'll start off doing a few basics. Yeah? And for those who don't do Wado, I'm sure you'll see, you'll be equivalent to something. All right? So we'll just see where you are, and then hopefully by the end of the course, you won't ever do a Junzuki and you won't ever do a Gakuzuki the same way again. It'll be slightly different. Yeah? And that knocks onto your katas, Naihanshi Seishan. Yeah? On how you move, how you generate that move. Okay? If it's any time you don't understand, because of my West Bromwich accent, no. Anytime you don't understand, put your hand up, because if you don't understand, there's most probably half a dozen people thinking the same as you. I don't understand that. All right? It's just that you're brave enough to stick your hand up and ask the question. Yep. Okay, so can we line up? Yeah. Okay, fit together. Right? Hey, yoy. Yeah. Try and relax. You're not here to impress me. So just try and do your Junzuki. Ready? Junzuki Dargamai. Okay, and step forward and punch. Junzuki. Ready? Try and relax. Okay, so here. Sonobade. Gakuzuki. Gakuzuki, ready? If you can find a relaxed method of moving rather than a forced method of stepping, and when you do the Zuki, try and throw the Zuki in a relaxed manner. Throw it away. Not punching hard. Okay, ready? Yoi. Junzuki Dargamai. Kettai. Kettai Junzuki. Kick and front punch. Ready? Aish! Okay, last technique coming up, right? Then I'm going to start talking. Right, so if I talk too much, let me know, all right? So, the advanced form of kata Junzuki is Maigeri and Tomokomizuki, but we'll use Nagash, yeah? So Maigeri and Nagash. That's the advanced form of kata Junzuki, yeah? So yoi, re, hitari hamne going, oish! If you're doing Wado, you shouldn't be in a Zenkutsu dachi stance. When you're starting to do your carries, you need to be in Tatai Seishan, because then your kicks, your carries are in the center. If you're in a Junzuki stance, you've got your center here. When you stand on the one leg, your center moves over to this one because you're standing on it. So that means your center's already moved, and then you're moving back here. So when you're doing a keri, try and use your Tatai Seishan. Yeah? So your kicks are always on the center line, not going from one side to the other. It's only minute, but it's still evident. Ready? So, Maigeri and Nagashuki. Ready? Aye! Yeah? So when you do the punch, you do, yeah? Move your body. Toisaboki. Yeah? Toisaboki, then straighten up after. Ready? Aye! Okay. After. So when you step up, it shouldn't be fast. Yeah? You should be taking your time. Ready? Aye! Okay, so does everybody understand? Because as an engineer, I automatically think everybody understands torsion. Is there anybody here that doesn't understand torsion? Put your hands up if you're not. That's fine, good man. Yeah? Torsion is about rotation. But it's when it's fixed at one end and you, I did bring a spring. Okay? So if you hold the base and you twist, that's torsion, like a stud, like a bolt, and you fix it and you put the nut down. And then when it hits the bottom, you have a tool like a torque wrench, and that puts the rotation on it. And the torque is calculated because of the shear strength of the material, where it's going to shear off. Yeah, so you don't want to shear it, you just want to... What's that got to do with karate? It means you want to try and use this torque, but not shear. You don't want to damage. And guess what I did? I've been working on this for about 2 years. I damaged my left knee. So I don't want you to do that, because I was holding the torque too long. And then we were doing jukuren, remember? And I went over because I'd weakened it. So I don't want you to do that. That's why you have to have a relaxed move, using technicality, and then kime right at the end. That's at that point of contact. So what's that got to do with your Junzuki? The issue with this is going to be a bit difficult to show you because it's happening inside, so I'm going to try and exaggerate things. You have things in nature which you take for granted are there, but you can't really see it. It's a bit like the tides. They go out and they come back. And sometimes that's fine for everybody, but then you look at it and it's about the moon, isn't it? Yeah? But you don't really see it apart from the sea going out and the sea coming back in. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to show, but we'll go. So here this is relaxed and opened. When you do Junzuki, that's what most people do. But if you can, once you start passing this point, you hold this back. Can you see this twist that I've put in there? As you land, you release the torque. You release that twist. Yeah, so you hold this back and then you throw it. I've used that potential energy that I've generated just by holding that hip back and then releasing it. But that means you've got to be relaxed. If you don't relax and let it happen and let it throw, it's a staged relaxation of that torque. Yeah, so we bend, we get this stretch, and then we let it throw. Do you get that? Yeah, so we're going to go back and do a few Junzukis. I don't expect them to be fast. I expect you to be thinking, holding it back. You can feel it here. Then let it go. So it's not how hard you punch, it's how you use this punch. Is there anybody that doesn't understand that or doesn't understand what I've just tried to describe? Yeah? Okay, let's go back and let's do a Junzuki. Start. Throw your hip forward. Ready? A Junzuki dagamoi. Aish! So we're going to take our time. I'm going to give you time to think about what you're doing and to try and utilize it. Ready? Aish. The more you relax when you throw that ping pong ball. Yeah? Ready? Aish. Oi! Shrug the tension off after it. Ready? Aish. Emwati jo Nagashuki. Yeah, man. Some of you still trying to punch hard. Yeah? Right, so Kerry and myself are going to argue about this, but force is equal to... okay. Force is your punch. You generate force by accelerating and your body weight. Body weight because mass is my body weight while I'm on Earth because of gravitation. Yeah? So if you are relaxed, you can travel faster. Yeah? When you see the sprinters in the Olympics, they don't go and down into the blocks and they're nice and relaxed and they are, yeah? You go to a competition, yeah? All the teams are there just trying to relax so that they can get in faster, yeah? So if you can, just try and relax as much as you can and find the movement. Find the movement, not... So can you come round? Right, so the first thing we're going to look at is how. Everybody's got muscles. Where they contract and extend, that's how you actually move, all right? But the muscles are in a certain pattern within the body, all right? But they're called spiral lines. They actually spiral around your body, the muscles. They look as though they're just attached here and there, but they've actually got a curvature in them and go around the body and around the torso. So that's how you use your spiral lines of your muscles. So here, you're letting your spiral line, your muscles work naturally. Yeah? So try and look at Junzuki in a slightly different way, that you are trying to utilize these muscles inside. Yep. Even if your hands are slightly open, Sensei Shimizu used to not fist really tight, because that creates tension here, and then it goes up here, and then all of a sudden, yeah, he used to say, put a boiled egg, he didn't literally say get a, but like a boiled egg inside your fist. Yeah, not clenched, but not totally relaxed, but here. So that if this is relaxed, all the muscles are relaxed. And you can accelerate a lot quicker. So we're going to go back again, just do Junzuki once more, but please, if you can, try and relax as though you don't care. Yeah? And find that freedom and find that twist, find that torsion. Yep. That's the first basic step of what we're doing today. We're going to get a bit more complex with it. All right, but this is what you need. Yeah, when you start getting older, you can't, I couldn't train as hard as I used to. But there's no need to train hard. You have to train a bit clever. Yeah, so I can go on a winter course or a summer course and I can train as long as you want. Because I'm switching on and switching off, switching on and switching off. Yeah? So can we go back into lines again and then have another look at this? Hey, hey, yoi. Junzuki dagamai. Hey. So stretch, twist, and then just relax off. Ready? Hey. If this is the start of your Junzuki, and this is the journey through Junzuki, where do you think in that point that the torsion starts?
The very beginning.
It is, but it's in a different area. I want to try and keep today a little bit more, as complex as it is, especially with the high grades, all right? So, it's really, you step in, and once your back foot passes your front foot, that's where the torsion starts. Here. It's when your back foot crosses over to do it. So that's Junzuki. We're going to now look at Gakuzuki. So can we go back into lines? I'm not trying to brainwash you. I'm just giving you an alternative. Now you can either take these things away with you and not use them. That's entirely up to you. Or you might think, I don't really need it yet, but the seed's there for later on in your training. Yeah? Don't have to use it. It's just what I've discovered. And really, the initial, for me to start looking at this was a few years ago when Katsutaka Otsuka came and was talking about internal, and I couldn't get my head around it. But as time went on, I couldn't refuse it, I couldn't ignore it. So I then started to, it's a journey, isn't it, karate? Yeah, what can you find? What don't you want? What can you do? So that was the initial seed. Okay, so, yoi, ready? Junzuki dagamai. Hey! Can we just try something different? So when you do Sonobade, which means make your stance wider, all right, and punch with the reverse. Instead of going foot across and punching, that is just literally your leg going across and you trying to punch as quickly as possible. What I want you to try and do is do this. Can you just do that? Put your hands down at the moment. Just from your Junzuki stance, just relax and turn. Can you feel that? Again. Just let it drop. Okay, now at that point where it drops, that's the time you should be doing your Sonobade. And it moves basically because your hip can't move anymore. So then you have to release the anchor. Remember you talking about that anchor, holding it? So it's dropping and letting the anchor go. Can you just try a few of those by yourself? You can use your arms or just your hip. Can you feel it lock? You drop your hip and it locks. Drop your hip, let it go. Drop your hip in and then let it go. Yeah? In, punch. And when you move your foot, try and keep it as close to the floor as possible. Kamishitai, rice paper thickness. Yeah, drop, bend, let it pop. Yeah. Hip goes in. Okay, yeah, man. What's that got to do with our karate? It's Mozuki's actually started. So instead of slowing your punch down to how quickly you can do this, you've already started the punch. It's within the technique. It's not mudana, it's not an extra move and then punch. Drop, drop and punch. Okay? So, if we can drop the hip, it's not so obvious if I do it from here, because I'm not using my body. Yeah? But then I can release and punch. So instead of reaching and punching, yeah, I've done something a little bit down here. Yeah? And then I can punch. So just do it by doing Sonobade, instead of going, yeah, or as you're sparring, just try and let this drop. So I've created this bit of torsion. Now I've got this potential energy to then punch. Thank you. It's going to take a bit of hard convincing, this is, isn't it? All right, so what I want you to do is find a partner, yeah, and do about half a dozen each. We're trying to get this, instead of pushing and reaching, but just dropping. And when you get there, find out which one you've got to release. Release the anchor to let the punch start going earlier. Do you understand that? If you've got any issues with it, put your hand up and I'll have a closer look. Yeah, partner off and spread out. So we're trying to find the practical use for Sonobade using your body. Okay, the problem is at the moment is when you're doing this, which is great because you're trying to use this hip, but you're actually turning your body. And it's pretty obvious I'm turning my body. Okay? Yummy. Right, the guys who do Wado and maybe brown belt and above, if the lower grades know it, fantastic. Which kata do you use where you're turning your hip and your body independently? So it's either your hip that's moving or it's your body that's moving. Seishan. And what's the basic version of Seishan? Nai-hanchi, isn't it? So I'm trying to keep this where it is and just my top half learning to do it. So when you're doing Sonobade, you are not only practicing for your sparring, but you're also practicing for your kata. So by doing one technique, you're covering 3 disciplines. So here, try and use your hip. I'm trying to exaggerate a little bit, but keep my body where it is. Here. Yeah, keep this where it is, then Sensei Jim, he knows what I'm doing. So, but here, I'm trying to get this, yeah, not holding it too long, but then releasing the anchorage points, yeah? Can you try that now with your partner? Try not to show this, but try and get that spiral line working, try and get that hip working. Then when it gets to the end, can't go anymore, that's the time to let it go. Yeah, it's not obvious. Okay, we're going to use that with our Gakuzuki next. All right, so this one should be relatively easy. Gakuzuki. That's the start of your technique. Yeah, nice and relaxed, relax, relax. Kime. Where do you think your torsion is on your Gakuzuki? Guess? It's around here, isn't it? Because your knee's bending, your body weight's going forward, and then that's inducing the torsion. Boom. So we're going to try and use that in your Gakuzuki now. All right, we've looked at Sonobade. So this is your Gakuzuki. So, but it's now going to help you to, move a little bit quicker. Instead of it being a step, you're going to take your body weight forward, and you do it by bending your knee. And your hips in there for your torsion. Okay, now to release it, I need to open the floodgates, which is your, just pulling your heel in. And for those who are doing Seishan, yeah? Can you see it flowing through? It's not. It's not just your feet. It's your weight going forward, your body going forward. By bending. As you bend, your hips going against your knee, and you're creating this. As you release it, your body will just flow through.
Is it like a controlled fall?
Exactly. We don't like the word fall. Okay, bad boy. No, but that's a good idea, right? All right. It's not just a fall. It's a controlled fall, and it's about your posture. That's a fall because your posture's not there. Okay. This is about your knee, your hip, and a flow. But a flow that you don't have to think about. It happens. And if it happens naturally, isn't that good? It's not artificial, it's not plastic. I've created something. Now when I've created it, I'm going to use it. So we're going to do Gakuzuki. And again, please have a go at it. All right? Your Gakuzuki, you're dropping, you're bending. Throw. It's not here, it's not right in there to start off with. You haven't got it there for a long time, because I think that's how I damage my knee. So don't hold it for very long. When you're trying these things, you can hurt yourself. Think of the people that invented X-ray. Great idea, but they didn't protect themselves. All of a sudden their fingers are dropping off and they've got things, skin issues, all sorts of stuff. They didn't really understand. They knew what they was after and it worked, but they didn't think about the consequences. Yeah? So you're dropping, you're bending, you're creating this, and it's flowing through. So we're going to do Gakuzuki, yeah? Try and put another head on. That's all I can ask you to do. Put another head on today. Whether you go out of there and go, no, I'm okay with what I'm doing, yeah, fine. But just gives you another piece to your art. Yep. So can we line up again, please? Yeah? So, yoi, ready? Junzuki Dagmai. Hey! Remember, take your time. When you're first learning things, you have to take your time. Sonobade. Wish. So, just put your arms down a little, because they're distracting. It's all about here. So, bend, taking your body weight forward. Now, on the ball of the foot, let it just flick in, and feel that fall forward. Wish. Ready, wish. Oi. Wish. Oi. Wish. Put your arms up. Wish. Oi. If you feel like you're just stepping, you ain't quite understood it. You need to let the floodgates open and let your body fall. Ready? Oish. Oi. If you put your foot out with the heel, it doesn't have quite the same effect because you transfer the weight's got and the force has gone out that way. We want to go this way, so it's heel in, turn on the ball of the foot. Ready? Oish. Oi. Turn on the ball of the foot, not the heel. Muati ginambare. Ready? Sonobade. So feel your body drop and your hip turn. And then punch. So Gakuzuki. Be honest with yourself. Is your body going this way and this way? This way and this way. Because if your body's doing that, it means your Zuki, your punch, your arm is doing that as well. It's exaggerated, just doing this. You've got to still focus on going forward. Yeah? Forward, not oscillate. Ready? Think about your posture and your back being straight. Here. If you have, I wouldn't call it an equation, if you have a series of moves, then you utilize that series of moves within a series of techniques. And that should be good because you've got less to think about. If it's a proven movement, so I'll give you an example. Gakuzuki, with this body going forward and the heel coming in and flowing through, that should be the same as Gakuzuki no Tsukami. Comes in, he falls. Then you, on the ball of the foot. Ball of the foot, ball of the foot. So it's not just the front foot that goes, it's the ball of the foot here. So it's Gakuzuki and Gakuzuki no Tsukame. Same moves, not a different one. Same principles. Yoko Seishan for Seishan kata. Hello, you'll have to bear with us. All right? So Yoko Seishan. Here, ball of foot goes through. Ball of foot to get back in to your Yoko Seishan. I know it's a bit difficult for understand for the Q grades, but the Dan grades It's the same principles, not three different techniques. They're the same. If you think of a quadrant, Junzuki, Junzuki no Tsukomi, okay. Junzuki, Gakuzuki, the back foot compensates for it. Yeah? Gakuzuki no Tsukame. Yeah? Smaller quadrant. Tatai Seishan. Yeah? Coming around. Yoko Seishan. Same length. Naihanchi, Dachi. Naihanchi, Yoko. Tatai. Same length, same width, same principles. So you've got 6 techniques there that only need one. It's exactly the same move. Hitari ham nigmoi. So feel yourself sink here. You're going to let your body move. You're going to let your... Yep. So take your time. It's not any quick, but feel the move. Oish. Take some time off to just feel this. When you can't go anymore, that's the time to release it. Ready? Oish. Try and relax. Oish. Oi. Trying to be fluid. Oish. Good. Oi. Good. Ryusui. Ryusui. Water flow. Fluid. Ready? Oish. Good. Oi. Oish. Let your body flow with your hip. Oish. Oi. Use your arms. Oish. Emoate. Good. Move up a little bit. Bit close, that's fine. Okay, Takamezawa sensei used to say, if you kick in, use your arms. If you zuki in, well, it won't kick in because it'd give me a telling off. When you're doing a keri, use your arms because that moves your body. Yeah? If you zuki in, use your feet. Then your whole body is working together. They're not independent. Yeah? So here, use your arms. Yeah? Then it's a whole package, not just half and half. Ready? Don't forget your basics of doing a maigeri with this hip going in. Hip. Ready? Good. Good man. That's quicker than the other night in the club, wasn't it? Ready? See how quick that is? Why don't you try that hard in the club? Ready? Good. Good. Get that hip. Yeah? Your younger ones try and kick a bit higher. Being lazy. Ready? And I mean anybody that's under 50. So now the Nagashuki. This is where your utilization of Tatai Seishan comes in. So the quicker you start, there's nobody in this group that shouldn't be apart from the Asian guys. They're a special breed, okay? So, you should try and use your tate seishan as much as possible, especially when you're doing keris. As I said before, this is sort of when you're learning beginners, because it's easier to move. Tate seishan, it's for everything. Your kumite, yeah? You can move. It's a 50-50 stance. 50%, 50%, which means you should be able to go forward, backwards, sideways. Yeah? With the Junzuki stance, it's more of a 1/3, 2/3. So it's all biased really to the front, which makes it very difficult. Some people have perfected moving very quickly in Junzuki stance, right? But try and use your tate seishan because then it's your posture, you're 50-50, yeah? So we know now that it's turning and kicking. So when we land in our tate seishan again, right, we are dropping and we're loading this up for your Nagashuki. So it's not about, the end result is should be a quicker technique, right? But we're using this to help get our body there quicker, for movement to be a little bit more natural. Yeah, when we go down into tate seishan, we are loading it up to then do the Nagashuki. So your tate seishan, it has a lot of uses for jukuren, when you're moving around, when you're sparring, yeah? So when you put your foot down, turning that foot in, it puts that torsion and that natural movement into it. So you've got to think about dropping for the Nejire. When you land, try and land in your tate seishan. Once you start, then you release the punch. So this time you've got 2 torsion points. You're using your hip. Yeah? I'm sure there's a lot of you that actually does it, but maybe doesn't realise that you're doing that movement. You do it naturally. Some people are natural at Wado or natural at karate. Some people have to work at it. All right? So, 1. Yeah. See the torsion? Okay? Hidari ham negamai. So, come on, tate seishan. Drop the hip. Drop the hip. Get the torsion. When you drop in, point your foot in, hips round, nagash. Ready? Take your time. Yeah? When you've done your nagash, just come back round into your tate. Ready? Take your time. I'm trying not to look at you. If I look at you, he's looking at me. So just try and be wrong. Try and go out of your comfort zone. 1 and 2. Ready? Create the torsion, create the potential. Release the anchorage. Kick. When you land in your tate seishan, this is where the torsion is going to be for your nagash. Ready? Getting into tate seishan. Ready? Good man. Yeah, well done, Russell. Keep thinking about what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to create some energy through your body turn. And the body turn is to get your torsion here. Ready? good. So now you're leaving your Midair and your Nagashuki to the last split second. Ready? Hey! Emawata, I don't want to see any back feet going across. If you got back feet going across, that's not natural. You turn with your hip. Ready? Hey! Hey, yeah, man. Hey, no, right. Hey, yes, mate. So, Kete Junzuki. Bear with me. We are going to do a mid-air torsion. A mid-air torsion. Can you see it here? So that when you drop, so it's not just a kick and punch. Midair, punch. You see it? Touch, touch, turn. So we're going to do Kete Junzuki. Trying to get that mid-air torsion. Yeah? Junzuki Dagamai. So keep this arm out, like you just did, Jim. Keep this arm out. Oops. Ready? Can you feel that midpoint? Well, hold it until you're dropping your foot. Bang, and then go. Yeah. Because you're doing a Midair or a kick, you need to release the hip round, which is this. You have to use your foot. If not, you're going to damage your knee. You're putting the rotation in your kneecap. It's not good for you. Believe me. Here. Yeah, let the foot move. Good. Good. Yeah. Ready? Hold in, Rich. Keep your arm out. The your basic Kete Junzuki tells you to keep your arm out. Does it not? They didn't just do that because it looked nice. People knew this before, it's just been lost. So keep your... Ready? And try and be relaxed and throw the punch out. Throw the punch, throw the punch. Not... Boxers don't do that. There, throw the punch. Ready? Your Kete Junzuki is a basic for your Midair Tomokomizuki. Yeah? Your Kete Junzuki Notsukame, your Kete Junzuki Notsukame is your basic for your Nagashuki, Midair Nagashuki. Yeah, so we're going to go back to your fighting stance, your Tate Seishan. Always use Tate Seishan when you're doing a geri. Here, Tate, 50-50. So this time when you do Midair Nagashuki, keep that arm out. If you're sparring with somebody, you keep this out. It's like a little bit of an antenna for the ants, or, yeah? Here. Keep it out. And then Nagashuki. So it's like your Kete Junzuki that you've just done. Use the opposite arm to create this torsion. To let it go. Left fighting stance. So when you're on, yeah, take your time. If I'm going each knee too quick, you just go, hang on a minute, it's my lesson. I'm going to go as slowly as I want. Ready? Can you feel how you're using your body now? Ready? Ready? Eish! Good. Try and keep your elbows in. Yeah, if you keep your elbows in, that's your body behind it. If it's here, no body behind it. Yeah, ready? You've got to connect with your body. Yeah? Ready? Aye! That's better. Now relax. Yeah, relax. Throw it away. Throw. Ready? Aish! So when you're doing Nagashuki, think about your elbow. You keep it in. And when you throw the punch, you pull the elbow back. It's not the fist. It's the elbow. Ready? Basically, how do we use it? We use the spiral lines. How? Where? Where do we use it? We use it in attacks. I'll put my glasses down before I throw them across the room. Yeah. We use them in attacks, not just here, but you don't have to move your top half because that gives it away. But you use your hip. When you've used that torsion, you have to release the anchor. Yeah? Next thing is going to rely on your tate seishan because it's a 50-50. You can go anywhere. So I want you spread out and I want you to get your tate seishan and I want you to think about this and I want you to just go forward. Easy. Then find here and think about going back, using your tate seishan and using this torsion. If you find that easy, then sideways. Sensei Shimizu says, never go back. Don't go back. If you've had him behind you and you're doing the partner work, there's no way you would have gone back. You have to go forward. But so when you're doing your partner work, always try and think about going sideways. So again, tate seishan, find your torsion and release it. From here, find your torsion. Here, you have to little bit adjust your center. Here, adjust your center. Yep. Sure, sensor sure. So 14 stance. Okay, so Sensei Shun's gonna do Tama Kamazuki to the head. So I can see he's going to the head. So the first thing I've got to move is my body weight, my center. The legs can come after. Yeah, I burst it. Now Gaku Jodan. Okay, now I take my head and then the legs come over into your tate seishan. Tate seishan is very important. It's where you generate that torsion. But you've got to move your head because they're attacking to the head. If they're attacking to the stomach, then obviously, yeah, make sure. You've got to start moving your body, turning the body, move the head. That's the first thing you've got to move. Stance can be afterwards. Yeah? Boxers, you do a lot with Sensei Jim. Yeah? So you don't stand there going bang, 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 do you? You are moving your head. That's your computer. You drop your computer, it don't work properly. Somebody hits you in the head, the rest of your body don't work properly. Wish? So, spread out. Get your torsion, get your tate seishan, and find out which one you've got to release. Yeah? Don't talk to anybody. It's your karate, it's your move. You've got to own it. You've got to find it. Yeah? Carry on. But you still have to take your body weight forward. Junzuki is not just step and punch, no. It has to be a ryu suite of fluidity. So you need the same thing. You need, because you bent your knee, you took your body weight forward. Gakuzuki or Gakuzuki no Tsukame or Yoko Seishan. Yeah, you took your body. And even here, you are moving the center line to let it flow. So when you go into the side, make sure it's your center line that you're a controlled full. Yeah? Full. Yeah? We'll be doing some exercises with that. And the other side. But it's this tatai seishan, 50-50, torsion, relax, or body first. Yeah? I know you need seishan for your next riding. So, here. See that body go first, not your feet. Okay, carry on a few more goes and then we'll partner off. You feeling comfortable with that? I hope you're not. Well, I hope you are, but it should be something, finding something different. Yeah? Sensei Jim, can I get you? I mean, can I use you, please? Fighting stance. So they're coming in Gakuzuki Jodan. Reach. Nice one. Tatai Seishan. Move the head. Move the head. Use your torsion to move you. Torsion, head. So with your partner, start off slow. Not should be a bundle, not separate moves. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1. Not 3. Else it becomes 3. 1, 1, 1. One move. Carry on. Shit. You are going, which is good. You're going, which is good, but not moving your back foot. Your back foot needs to do something. So bring you back into Tatai Seishan. You come back into Tatai Seishan, you can do something else, something else, something else. If it's here, I'm just open. Unless you're gonna...
Yep.
Yeah?
Got it because I fell it off.
Okay. Keep your elbow instead of here. Yeah? You keep your elbow in. Yeah? Yeah? Your elbow in. Okay. Sensei Sean, can I use you? Can I use you, please? Very important so you're not wide. Okay. If you're using the kerry afterwards, you can't move it and then start doing a kick because that's mudana, that's a wasted move. It's an extra, creating another extra move. Yeah, all this torsion is during your technique. It's not before, it's during. So it shouldn't add to the timing of your technique. It's being aware of it. So on this, you need to make sure, Gaku Jordan, nice one. Okay, you need to pull it in. Now, Sensei Shun is at a really vulnerable position. Because this is what I call the sweet spot, where they've got no support whatsoever. If it was from here, Sensei Shun's quite strong. Because he's got his back leg, he's got all his weight. But if I can do here, got no support at all. So it's important you try and get your nagash, yeah? Using your tate seishan. So I want you to do this, moving the head down. And find that sweet spot where he hasn't got any, yeah? Oish. Thank you. Okay? Oish. You need to cut their distance down, so their distance they can't use. Yeah? So I'm moving my head. Oosha! I've cut them down. Yeah? So the bigger the move, the bigger the... Look at all the spare, yeah? My distance. Yeah, so use Toisaboki. Yeah, keep it down to the minimum. That's what Wado is. Keeping it down to the minimum. I want you to use the front arm. Okay. So when you do this, Gaku Joda. Yeah? Ready? Use Inasu. Inasu. I'm going to redirect that. I'm going to redirect that attack to give me more time, more space. Not just touch it. Stop there, Sensei. So from there, it's this. But I'm going to use the body torsion. So I'm going to be this. I'm not hitting Sensei's arm over this way. I'm just covering my head. It's my turn that redirects it. So I want you to use your torsion, but think about this front hand to do Inasu, redirect. Yeah? Not knocking it across. I'm going to use my hip to... He should be losing his balance, just teetering on that balance. Yeah? Can you see the opposite hip is coming out in this one? Can you try that? Yeah, but just not hitting it across. Got it? Thank you. Carry on. We've done a hell of a lot with your body and your weight, and with using your torsion for your leg movements. So whether it's Gakuzuki, whether it's Gakuzuki no Tsukami, whether it's Seishan, loading it up, opening the floodgate, Ryusui, flowing, open the floodgate. We've done a lot, and it's not only your hips, your legs have been doing it. This spiral line that goes through your chest, your hip, thighs, calves, ankles, knees, bumps a daisy. Okay? So, torsion also happens within your arms. Seishan. Kakayuke. Gaiwanuke. Naiwanuke. So we're going to look at using this torsion within your arms. And really it all starts from here. Yeah, which again comes from your Seishan. If you understand this, you understand Seishan. If you don't understand this, you're just doing a move. Seishan doesn't happen unless you have a meaning for it and finding where you're applying those techniques. Okay, so come on then, Cash. I want you to stand there and I want you to do your Soto-uki or Gaiwanuki. Do you know the reason why they changed it to Gaiwan and Naiwan rather than Soto-uki and Uchuki? Okay. Just relax a bit. Right? Sensei Takamazawa used to call me a dojo yabu. Somebody who'd go to any dojo and train. It means a dojo tramp. Yeah? It wasn't so political then, and we used to do it all the time. Just to see how good or how bad we were. That's what you do. So, in Wado-Ryu, we call this outer. I'll use the word block, where it's outer uki. Yeah? Uki means not getting hit, so I'll use the word block for now. Sensei Takamazawa would be slapping me on the back of my head if he heard me using the word block. Block is a block of wood. Yeah. So here, right, this is Soto-uki. But the Sensei Kash, what is it to him? This is Soto. What is it to Kash? Uchi. I'm going out of my body. But Sensei Kash, it's going into his body. So with the Shotokan, they call this Uchuki. So whenever I went to a Shotokan club, it'd confuse the hell out of me. I'd be going up the room doing this when they were doing, you know, it was caused issues. So instead of all that confusion, they said, okay, we'll call it the outside of your arm or the inside of your arm. Gaiwan, Naiwan. So what does it mean? It means I need to twist. Not just, that's a collision. Touch, turn, and rotate. And it's not just the wrist that's rotating, it's my elbow. So I'm rotating with my elbow, and I'm also rotating with my... So get with somebody, it's only basic, we ain't going to spend long, but come up, touch, point of contact. And turn, here. Point of contact, drop, lift, twist. Yeah? Torsion's now there, back, for whatever attack you're going to do. But it's there to begin with. It's there at the other end of it. Can you try that? Very simple, but it's realization. If you don't realize it, you're never going to achieve it. Because you don't know it's there. Yeah? Push. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, but... Yeah? Drop, rotate, drop, rotate. Try not to tuck your elbow in. If you tuck your elbow in, you get caught. This happens when you do Ippon Kumite with the Soto-uki no Chuki. Not the Wado Academy, but the sort of UKKW that everybody was brought up with, syllabus. So, number one, yeah, so he steps forward, Junzuki, Chudan, you lock, you kick, and you punch, yeah? It always happened, you'd step back, yeah, and... So you have to take a lesson from Seishan, which is a bit difficult when you're a beginner, because you don't know Seishan. here. You put that under up, and that's your no-go gauge. If you're inspecting a piece of mechanics, you have a no-go gauge. Yeah, it's too big, it's too small, it's ideal. So, Ash comes in, have this gap, not close. And here, got this. But finish pointing to the face, not here. Their face isn't there, their body's not there. Yeah? Yeah, so think of Seishan, those of you know Seishan. Yeah, but keep this away, keep it out. If I'm here, how far is it to the face? Quite a long distance. If I'm here, how far is it away? Hardly anything. So it's a double whammy. Yeah? I'm close for this one. Wash, thank you. Carry on. Touch, turn. Don't get turned until you've touched. In Wado, there's a lot of body contact.
Yep.
Yeah, because if you make contact with somebody, you can feel them move.
Contact is control.
Contact is control. So this time, Naiwan. When you're learning beginners and that, you have this I'm a little teapot position. Yeah? You know the old nursery one. So that you come in. Yeah? So there's two ways to do uchuki or naiwanuki. Yeah? So the first one, we're just going to concentrate on turning the body with our hip, and we're going to use the wrist. So it's a hip and your wrist. And you should get this Kazushi. Everybody know what Kazushi is? Kazushi is destroying their center. It's usually related with Irimi moving in. Irimi and Kazushi. So here, touch, I'm going to use my hip and I'm going to use my wrist. This should destroy their center. Just by doing not. Yeah? That works. Not a problem with it. It works. But hip, touch. Thank you. Get that tactile. What's it called? I keep on forgetting it. When you've, I'm not being familiar.
Look at that.
All right? But if I do this, don't get the wrong idea. All right? If I do this.
It's nice.
But you can react to this a lot quicker than with your eyes. It's your skin. What's it called? Yeah, that. Yeah? It's touching. It's this. Doesn't have to be much, but just that. This. Try Naiwanuk. And then we'll have a go at another Naiwanuk. There's two. So before we pull this hip back and we did the rotation, this time we're going to do the rotation, but what we're going to do is drop this hip in. Destroy their center. So I'm coming in, like we did before when the Gakuzuki, you're dropping this in and you are turning the wrist. Yeah? What kata? Yes. Who said that? Anna. It was you, Richard. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. It's taking your hip the other direction. So try and tie up. Where do you see it? Where do you see it in your kata? If you're practicing this, when you come to do your kata will mean more because you understand the move. Yeah, so turn your hip in. Thank you, carry on. So it's the last little bit of talking from me. I'm sure you're bored of it by now. Okay? So all I'm saying is I'm setting a bit of a seed. You can either try it every other week, try it once a month, whatever you want to do with it, right? You might want to come back to it later on. Here. For your Junzuki, using this torsion. That's midpoint. Gakuzuki, it's not at the beginning because you need to drop and create the torsion, then flow. So you really need to get your head around this for Seishan. So whether you're using Gakuzuki no Tsukami, Seishan, Yoko, it's this. Can you see your body weight going forward? So Gakuzuki, your body weight's going forward. Yeah? With Midair, even without doing it with your body, because that tells them that you're moving. You can do it without, which is one of the fundamentals of your Seishan. So, yeah, Nai Hanchi and Seishan. And then, I know it sounds weird, but a Midair torsion. Here, for your Tate Seishan, to let go. Yeah, so the last thing here is why. And I said it at the beginning. Yeah? Unfortunately, I'm 67. So, you know, my body's deteriorating. So I've got to do my karate a bit smarter to keep my speed. Else you just... If I trained like I did before I was 50, I wouldn't be here. I'll be alive, hopefully, but I wouldn't be here, you know, doing karate, doing Wado. So you have to look at your techniques to see how you can cut them down, pare them down. Yeah, by not slowing the technique down, but introducing things as you flow through the technique. I'm not slowing it down. You have to slow down when you first start learning. Can you remember as a beginner how slow you were? And after a while you got a lot of muscle memory. But if you're not searching for something else, what's the point? Yeah? So, if you see it in one thing, then you can relate it back to your katas, you can relate it back to your kyons, using hip, and then drop and hip. Yeah? Kyon number one. Using that movement. It's not that I'm quick, it's that I'm trying to use these internal bits to help me move. Yeah? So that's the reason why. Not to make things complicated, to make my life, to extend my Wado life. Yeah? Any questions about what we've done today? Sorry? I agree with you. If you give up practicing and looking for something new, or discover things within the technique or within the kata, why are you doing it? Apart from maybe, you know, doing your sparring. Yeah, that's great. That's really good because you're keeping mobile, you're moving, that's good. But if it's just general training and you're not looking for new things or looking for alternatives, yeah, some things will work for you, other things won't. It's your Wado, it's your karate. You've got to search for these things. That's why you're on this course. It's not because you like me. Is that right, Kerry? It's because you're looking for something else, for some other little nugget And you only have to take one little bit away. Yeah? No questions? I've got a flight there then. Thank you very much. Raj. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay.